Hard Boiled is a 1992 Hong Kong action thriller written by Barry Wong and directed by one of my all-time favorite action directors, the brilliant John Woo. The film stars Chow Yun-fat as Inspector Tequila, Tony Leung as Alan, and Anthony Wong as Johnny Wong, and in what is my mind one of the best over-the-top action movies ever made. So as usual guys, you know what to do. Please hit that subscribe button, help me grow, help me to get better, because there's going to be lots of content coming. And also hit that like button if you like the video, and also hit the bell button so you get notified every time I post a new video. So guys, here is my retro review of the action classic Hard Boiled. The film takes place in 1992 Hong Kong. Mobsters are smuggling their weapons into the city in the hopes of waging a war with the cops, with rival gangs also facing a turf war. Enter badass Inspector Tequila, who, having recently lost his partner, sets out to eliminate the gangs with the help from undercover cop Alan. However, the evil triad gang leader Johnny Wong and his menacing right-hand man Mad Dog, who is played by Philip Kwok, have other plans. Most people who have seen John Woo's American films maybe enjoyed a few of them like Face Off or Broken Arrow, and probably thought some of the others were not so good. But that is not the case when it comes to the films he made back home in Hong Kong. I'm sure there's a decent amount of people who may have seen The Killer, as this was one of the first films that Woo made that really made people sit up and take notice of his work. While many action film fans have seen Hard Boiled, it can be typically overlooked as people are more familiar with his American-made films and not his earlier Hong Kong ones. Film fans know that Woo's signature filming style has been ripped off by many a filmmaker over the years, and that is why it's important to recognize the origin of where it all began. I will always remember when I first watched Hard Boiled. I was completely blown away by the insane gunfights and action set pieces that were truly among the best my eyes had ever seen. The opening scene at the tea house with Tequila doing a bunch of crazy stunts like dual firing his guns in slow-mo while flying in midair set the scene for what was to come. And the famous and beautifully filmed scene of Tequila sliding down the staircase banister while shooting the shit out of the bad guys below left me with my jaw to the floor and is a scene that just never gets old. Then there is the crazy warehouse betrayal scene with some insane motorbike stunt work and bungee rope stunts, with bodies being thrown all over the place. And then the best one of them all, the climactic action scene in the hospital that lasts for an amazing half an hour of pure action, which includes a brilliant long continued shot that lasts for at least about 3 minutes. I really had never seen action scenes filmed like that before, and when it comes to action, this movie really has it all. And we also get some suspense and emotional moments thrown in, like the hospital scene that gets very tense with all the babies in danger while Tequila is there trying to save them all while still dodging waves of bad guys and bullets. The acting also works here, with Chow Yun-fat, who is John Woo's go-to actor, who is basically a Chinese Arnold Schwarzenegger due to his position as an action superstar in Hong Kong, is absolutely terrific as the fearless Inspector Tequila. Tequila plays a maverick cop whose partner is killed during the tea house shootout and seeks revenge against the triad gangs that killed him. However, his boss, who is constantly pushing him over the edge, and Tequila disobeying his boss's orders, while at the same time still trying to take down the Triad gang. And Tony Leung as Alan, another Hong Kong superstar who totally shines as the undercover cop who is infiltrating the gang of weapon smugglers, where his loyalty is tested on whether or not he'll be loyal to the Triads or to his police force. We also get a menacing performance from Anthony Wong, who plays the Triad gang smuggling boss, and his head henchman played by Philip Kwok, who was also a stunt coordinator on set. I remember Kwok's character for the face-off with Alan when they realise that there are a bunch of innocent patients and they both choose to let them go so they can just continue their fight. Unfortunately, the Triad leader Wong shows up and brutally murders them all anyway. We also get a great cameo from John Woo himself, who plays a bartender who likes to give Tequila words of wisdom at the jazz club where Inspector Tequila likes to play the clarinet. And speaking of jazz, Hard Boiled has got a brilliant jazz soundtrack which is presented by Michael Gibbs, which is put into good use mainly through the more quieter scenes between the all-out action. John Woo, who is a big fan of jazz music, wanted this style for the soundtrack to the movie, and I think it really fitted the film really well. I also wanted to mention the fantastic sound work here. Woo wanted real guns used for the movie, and boy can you tell, as the sound of gunfire during the film is just insane and adds another layer to the already amazing action. When it comes to John Woo movies now, Hard Boiled is king. I know some will argue that The Killer or possibly Face Off are his best movies, and those aren't bad choices. But for me, Hard Boiled represents the best of his work, and it is a complete and fully realised John Woo film through and through. Even with the big Hollywood budgets and the big film stars, Woo never went beyond what he was able to accomplish with Hard Boiled, and in truth, he didn't have to. Although I'd love to see him return to the genre, I'm quite happy to settle with Hard Boiled. Woo seems to have stopped making American-style films and now seems wrapped up in making Hong Kong epics with swords instead of guns, like the epic Han Dynasty war movie Red Cliff. Also, in 2007, Midway released the game Stranglehold, which some of you might remember, which played much like the Max Payne games. The game's story was made in collaboration with John Woo and features the character Inspector Tequila from Hard Boiled, who is travelling the globe in search of his kidnapped daughter, with John Woo himself playing a playable character in the multiplayer mode. And guys, if you get a chance, if you haven't played Stranglehold, then please try and get it, as it's a really fun game. It looks a bit rough around the edges compared to today's standards, but it really is still fun to play. So if you get a chance, go check out Stranglehold. So guys, if you are looking for a great foreign action film and are tired of watching the same Hollywood copy and paste action movies, then Hard Boiled is definitely without a doubt the film for you. The action is so insane and so brilliantly put together that this is one of the action movies that you will want to watch countless times again and again. There is no CGI or film wizardry here, just some good old-fashioned action set pieces. They really don't make films like this anymore, and this masterpiece deserves a permanent place in your film collection. It's like lightning in a bottle, and I'm telling you, this sort of film will just never come round again. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my retro review of Hard Boiled. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to go see it, especially if you're an action fan. And as always guys, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing loads more videos, loads more playthroughs. And please help support the channel by subscribing. Also, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Hit that bell button so you get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for watching my video, and I will see you guys next time on the next Joe Cobra video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.